I have absolutely no idea who approved what is going on in the planet and why. Because how was I in autumn yesterday and then woke up to winter today? Honestly, to management. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Stemma from Vibu. We are all about self-improvement, self-development, vibes, and vlogs. What you're watching right now is called Wednesday Chats. For those who are returning, thank you so much. I love y'all. Real MVPs. How do you do that thing? So we are gonna go through part 2 of the 20 things I wish I knew earlier in my 20s / 20 things I've learned from my 20s. So we did the first batch of like 10 lessons. So today we'll be taking it from lesson number 11 straight to the top to number 20, and I do hope you will enjoy today's video. This is the opportunity for you to actually give this video a thumbs up, to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, to click the bell button for the notifications, and to just stay and watch until the end, because the one at the end is too good. I saved it for last. Okay, so number 11 of things I wish I knew earlier in my 20s: slow down, be present. Boy, I really wish I'd learned this one earlier, because you don't realize how much time is actually going as you get older. You're more focused on enjoying your 20s, being everywhere, anywhere, just living life, and you don't notice how as you're growing, so are the people around you, your grandparents, your parents, your siblings. And as I get older now, I'm realizing that the best part about life is actually slowing down and being present in the moment that you're at. It allows you to be grateful for where you're at. It allows you to appreciate where you're at. It allows you to enjoy where you're at. And if we can all just learn just to slow down a whole lot more, we can be present for all the good stuff that life has for us. So please, please, please slow down. You have more than enough time. You have more than enough time. Don't stress. Number 12 is sometimes a loss is a win. And I'm gonna say this again. Sometimes a loss is a win. And child, why didn't anyone tell me this earlier? Because I was crying over so many losses, crying over closed doors, not recognizing open windows. And sometimes the L is actually a win, because you never miss out on something that is meant for you. One thing I am telling myself a whole lot more lately is I will never ever miss out on what God has ordained for it to be in my life. And as painful as it is, and as hard as the loss is, I'm gonna take my L and acknowledge it and thank God, because sometimes that is a win. The other thing I've learned is you need to find your tribe quick. You need to find your tribe quick and actually stop trying to fit in the spaces where that's not your tribe. And I am absolutely guilty of this, because for a long time I felt like I needed to be a certain way, have a certain group of friends, attract a certain type of audience for my content, only to realize that there's a tribe that understands me, that gravitates towards me, that appreciates me, that I share common goals with, and the same vision. And that tribe is who you should really be pouring your energy into. The moral of the story is stop trying to find your tribe in places where they're not, and acknowledge the places where they are. Okay? The other thing I've learned is that, and this one is so important, start over as many times as you need to, and don't be afraid of it. There's something so overwhelmingly frightening about starting over. And I don't know if sometimes it's attached to age, or how long you've dedicated yourself to a particular space, a particular relationship, particular job. You fear the starting over aspect so much, so you hold on to something or a season in your life that is long gone and it's over, and God is telling you to let it go, but you are trying so hard to cling onto it that you block the next place, level, opportunity, relationship. And at the end of the day, you realize it wasn't even worth it. I have had to start over so many times. And if you watch my previous video about change, it's been very, very uncomfortable, because starting over means surrendering to the unknown, and nothing about that is fun. But If you want to grow and elevate and be better and find better and expose yourself to better situations, you're gonna need to start over and know that sometimes ground zero allows you to rebuild. So start over as many times as you need to and do not be afraid of it. Virtual hug. You're welcome. Also, another thing I wish I'd known earlier was be very vocal about your needs and wants. Don't discredit them to accommodate other people over yourself. Don't accommodate other people over yourself. I get that you may want to be the best friend, the best lover, the best colleague, but sometimes, honey, you're gonna need to express what you want and need. And there's a phrase we say a lot in Swati. We like, "Tawufela ngekhatsi njenge flask," and I actually don't know where people got that from, and if a flask ifela ngekhatsi. But no one will know your needs and wants until you're very vocal about them. And once you have expressed them, stick by them. Let those be your convictions, let those be your boundaries, and just set the standard of what you want in your life. Because if you don't, you will end up very frustrated at everyone, and all cause you did not state what you wanted. And which brings me to the other thing that I've learned, which should be number 16 or number 6 according to this particular list. It's really okay to change your mind. And I know we're not used to that because there's just this thing in society and the world where if you take a stance, that's your story and you gotta stick to it, but the story can change. Chapters end, new chapters start. And if something that you believed in or wanted or thought was good for you in a previous chapter no longer resonates with you, you can change your mind. Y'all know that, right? And I wish someone had told me this when I was in my early 20s and stressing about how I will reintroduce myself to people, how I will explain why this is what I believe in now. And it's just like, it's okay, you changed your mind. At one point that made sense and now this makes sense. And you're growing and you're learning and that's okay. The 17th thing I've learned is that forgiveness is for you and not them. The issue with not forgiving is that you hold yourself back. So what happens is whatever stuff hurt you is here. And then you're here, stuck in it. And the person who actually created that scenario or whatever happened has moved on, but you're still stuck in this moment. And life is not moving for you. And you just keep thinking, Yang Dabalaya, if they know I can't stand them anymore, if they know I hate them. And what's happening is it's changing your energy. They okay. Bakrin, they've moved on. And what I learned from all the times where I have had to forgive someone firstly without even receiving an apology is that it liberated me. It allowed me to free myself from that hurt, from that moment, from that thing that really upset me, and it allowed me to move on, whether they knew that I forgave them or not. And sometimes, yes, it is important to go back to the scenario or the person and be like, I forgive you, because sometimes expressing forgiveness helps. But you can also forgive someone without actually making contact with them again. You can love someone from afar. It is really possible. And when you forgive, you're doing it for you. So if you need to release something right now, please understand that that is a gift to yourself. It's not about them. It's about you and what you need for your healing and in order for you to move forward. Another thing I've learned, which really ties into forgiveness, is learn to let things go. Sometimes it's that deep, but it's holding you back if you're not letting it go. Sometimes it's not that deep and all you're doing is upsetting yourself. I remember I was doing a bit of like, I wouldn't say mentorship, but like forgiveness classes. I really can't find the word for it, and I'm sure I've spoken about this in one of my videos from like way back. And I had this auntie from church, Jenny, and she was meeting with me and my sister at least like once a week. I remember she said something so profound to me that has really stuck over the years. And she was like, when someone wrongs you, it's like they're shooting arrows and they landing right here in front of you. And when you hold on to what they've done or what they've attempted to do to wrong you, it's like picking up one of those arrows and stabbing yourself. You can really let things go in mice. And I know it is so hard when it's happening to you because
why you trying to and I deserve better and this is not how I should be treated and why would you want to treat me like that?
I know our ego gets bruised so much, but sometimes it's not personal. And it's just them projecting. That has something to do with them and their heart posture and what they're going through. And learning not to respond to things was... I wish I'd learned this earlier. I literally only learned this like in my later 20s, like a few years ago. And I love it now that I have more emotional maturity when it comes to stuff like that. And sometimes I'm like, that's you. That has nothing to do with me. That's your own personal problem. I hope you heal. I'll pray to God about it, but I'm not going to participate in that chat. Take better care of your body. Sleep well, eat well, read well, learn well. Just do stuff that nourishes you well. And I know when you're in your early 20s, you think this body is gonna carry you forever and you're young and you don't get babblazed when you go for night outs and you can go out for like 3 nights in a row and you can afford to not work out and you can eat all of that junk. But if you take care of your body earlier on, I feel like it's gonna carry you better in the long run. And I remember a chat we recently had at the office, and by recently this could have been like a few weeks back. We're just talking about the back pain that comes with being in your 20s. Like that when you clock at 25, your back gives up. Your back just starts to fight you. And you're waking up in the morning like, what was that? I thought I bought proper pillows. And we're just talking about how you need to stretch. You need to stretch. Otherwise, by the time you're getting at Legua 30, it's not going to look pretty. And as dramatic as that chat was, I feel like the moral of the story was you need to move your body. You need to do stuff that nourishes you. You need to make sure that you are feeding yourself well, eating well. And that is something I've really been trying to commit to, especially this year. Given that last year, I was slacking with my nutrition. I mean, I was eating good like 60% of the time, but 40%, it was messy, child. And that is not good for you. But it's okay because life is about learning and growing and all those good things. So what I didn't know then, I definitely know now, and I'm very grateful. And then lastly, becoming is not a destination. It's a process. And just coming to that realization has really freed me from the need to become quicker. It has released the anxiety of not becoming as my peers become. It has freed me from feeling behind. It has allowed me to acknowledge my journey. And when you come to the realization that becoming is not a destination, you allow yourself to grow through every single phase in your life. You allow yourself to experiment with who you're becoming. You allow yourself to accept different versions of you and to introduce different versions of you to the world, granted that they are pouring into who you're becoming. And just releasing that has been so freeing for me, and I'm now enjoying this journey of discovering who I am, expressing who I am, learning through the stuff that I don't really like about who I am. And the thing about becoming is people think it's all pretty and motivational quotes and you feel good and you make the money and you glow the hell up, but sometimes becoming is about acknowledging your flaws. It's about introspecting, looking at the stuff that's working and not working, and sort of just trying to analyze what needs to go and what can't go with you to the next level, what friendships you need to weed, what relationships you need to let go. And that is the beauty of growth, because what you didn't know yesterday, you know now, and once you know, you can do better. And so as you become your best version of self as you navigate the 20s, whether you're in your 30s right now. Be patient with yourself and enjoy it. You will never be this age again. You will never have this moment again. So I don't think you want to spend it thinking, I can't wait to arrive at this. I can't wait to become this. You're becoming right now. Be present right now. And if you take anything from this video, I really hope it's that. I really hope it's that. And I'm so excited to see who I'll be at 30 and 31 and 35 and 40 and, dear God, not 70. You know what? I'm not sure if growing old is a blessing. I'm sorry, I'm just being dramatic. But I'm really excited to see who I become, and I'm invested in becoming that person. So every day moves the needle. Every day is an opportunity to walk in her shoes. And so I wish you well on your journey of being the best you, of enjoying your 20s, of enjoying your life, of learning through it, of growing through it. And I really hope this video helped you. If you did like it and you have arrived at the end of the video, please comment down below what lessons you're learning from your 20s. Heck, what lessons you're learning from your 30s. I would absolutely love to hear more about that. Please warn me, is there some weird stuff on the other side? And yeah, guys, remember to comment. Oh, I already said that. Remember to subscribe, and thank you so much to all the returning subbies. Thank you so much for making it to this part of the video. We drop a Wednesday chat every Wednesday, or at least 3 Wednesdays a month, and I really love that you guys are engaging with this series. Other than that, my name is Demnot from Fubu, and I am freezing to death.